You smell that? What is that?
It's not me.
You know what that smell is? That smell is the weekend. Everybody, happy Friday, 3rd day of August, 2018. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley safely made it on the air. What?
We're live and in living color.
That's right, in stereophonic sound.
Remember that?
Yeah, I do. The following is a special presentation in living color on the NBC network. Dan Kuntz, Steve Hare, Kat in control. We are almost done with this week and we're ready to get our weekend going. I know you have huge plans this weekend. I don't want to waste any more time.
Yeah, let's keep it a secret.
Okay.
Yeah.
I, of course, also have huge plans as well this weekend. I got nothing. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing this weekend.
I'll give you the fire call this weekend then.
If you need me,
Okay.
I'm all over Team NCAA life. That's my record as a team player, I think, is pretty clear.
I think now we are in the middle of the fire season, definitely.
I think
and seeing
calendar-wise-
ships from the rangeland
Yes.
to the forest.
Yeah.
As it normally does.
Yep. Cougar Creek Fire will be Steve's lead story here in just a couple of minutes. Things pretty active there yesterday. The red flag warning has expired. It expired last night at 9 o'clock, and we're done with that. No red flag warnings for the foreseeable future because we have two of the three things that you need. We're going to have some gusty winds today, not going to lie to you there, and we're going to have relative low humidities, but the temperatures are going to be considerably cooler.
I noticed that yesterday. I was sitting out on the back deck. If it weren't for the fire weather, I mean, it was actually pleasant. Yeah.
It wasn't too bad at all.
No.
And tomorrow we're going to hit that weather sweet spot. It's going to be sunny with a light breeze and mid-80s. I mean, that to me is perfect.
Great weekend.
So you can go out and enjoy warm sunshine without just sweating all over yourself.
Yeah.
So we do. It's a good weekend weather forecast. We're looking forward to that. Sports, rough night for the Apple Sox and a rough night for the Mariners. Apparently, I wasn't there last night. Eric Granstrom was there. Apparently, in the 7th inning of last night's Apple Sox Port Angeles Lefties game, there was a rundown between 2nd and 3rd, and things kind of got a little heated.
Ooh.
Yeah, the benches cleared, and nobody got hurt. There wasn't, it was just a lot of, I'm a bigger, stronger guy.
Went
than
to
you
an
are.
Apple Sox and Wenatchee Wild game broke out.
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
Yeah.
So we do not have highlights of that. And
Darn.
Sorry about that. And the Apple Sox, looking for their first season sweep of the year, they haven't had one, fell short with the Port Angeles Lefties. We'll talk about that. Port Angeles Lefties, by the way, one of the most unique teams in the West Coast League because every player is required to be left-handed.
Oh, is that right?
No. There is no left-handed third baseman. You
Well,
can't
they
have
played
that.
against. I remember I was at a game one time when they were playing against a team from San Quentin, California. I was wondering what the name of the team was, if it was maybe the Gas House Gang or something like that, but maybe not.
The 5 to 10s.
The 5 to 10s.
That's what they were calling those. It's 3 minutes after the hour on this Friday. Let's take you around North Central Washington with our Valley View cameras, courtesy of Localtel Sky-Fi High-Speed Wireless. Good morning, Wenatchee Valley proper. Again, breezy today. That's going to be the big story. Northwest wind 10 to 16 miles an hour, gusts as high as 26. The wind today, Steve, most of it will be confined to the afternoon hours. We will still have some widespread haze before noon. Then the haze, kind of like fog, the haze kind of dissipates in the afternoon hours.
Direction, wind direction?
Northwest.
Okay, so that's good for the Wenatchee area. It's blowing the smoke away from us. So.
Northwest wind, as a matter of fact, tonight. A little bit stronger winds tonight, and then that's it. The cold front that has brought us this considerably cooler temperatures, high today of only 82, is going to be exiting the region tonight, which is why the weekend really looks fantabulous indeed. In fact, we're going to go right back to a heat wave by the middle of next week. Good morning, Wenatchee. Good morning, East Wenatchee. Good morning, Sunny Slope. Good morning, Badger Mountain. Good morning, everybody who you can see on your screen at high definition television. Camera 2. Kat says, let's see what's happening up at the area there where that camera is located. That's Hose Landing. I'm sorry. That is the smoke. Look at the smoke. Yeah, that's the Cougar Ridge fire smoke, Steve.
That's right.
Yeah, that's really settling down there.
Yeah, and it blew up overnight.
Yeah, that's the big story today. In fact, they've increased some evacuation levels, haven't they?
Level 3
For a few.
from along Indiad River Road from the Potato Creek Road on up.
Oh.
So yeah, that would include those campgrounds, Silver Falls, Cottonwood. Pretty popular, so those are closed.
Very
folks.
popular, yeah, this time of the year. And that's the kind of, if you choose to live in that area, living with wildfires or the risk of wildfires every summer is part and parcel. That's just, you have to sign off on that. Camera 3, where are we going, Kat? Kat says, hello, Leavenworth. Now that looks considerably clear, although in the upper left-hand corner you can see that layer of haze, but it looks like Leavenworth has a beautiful, clean, clear morning this morning, doesn't it?
Great.
Yeah, good morning, the Bavarian village of Leavenworth. I drove through there on Sunday of last week, and it was a hopping town as usual.
Oh boy.
Yeah, just
Is it ever?
people everywhere, and the Wenatchee River is just loaded with rafts and floaties and all that stuff.
You can expect the same thing this weekend.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Camera 4, we say hello to Monument Hill.
There's Quincy.
Here's beautiful Quincy. Opportunities unlimited out there in Quincy. Very unique that this Microsoft, they want to add, what, almost 80 new generators for their server farm out there?
That's what I heard, yeah. Big diesel generators out there.
Server farms have to have redundancy. They absolutely have to have it. They got electricity, and if something goes wrong, they have to have a backup, and if something goes wrong with the backup, they have to have a backup to the backup, which is why they want to put in the...
Very power intensive.
Yeah, very power intensive indeed. And we are still endeavoring to getting some new cameras out in the basin. We're going to have like 2 or 3, I'm told, high definition cameras all the way out to Ephrata, where opportunities are also limited out there, by the way.
Big Brother's watching, folks.
Is he? Now I'm scared. From the National Weather Service, here is your forecast. The story today is going to be the wind. Northwest wind 10 to 16 miles an hour, gusts as high as 26 miles an hour. And as I mentioned at the top of the hour, some widespread haze, most of it before the noon hour as the day progresses. The combination of the humidity going down and the winds picking up a little bit will kind of scour out the skies a little bit. You see that high today of 82, Steve.
I can live with that.
That's below normal.
You bet. That's nice.
That's below normal. We hit 89 yesterday, which is 1 degree above normal. Now we'll be a couple of degrees below normal for our high today. Again, the cold air has paid us a visit. Breezy again tonight, northwest wind 15 to 20. So it's going to pick up a little bit, and then after midnight, Steve, it decreases to almost nothing. Overnight low of about 61, and as I mentioned before, Saturday, that sweet spot. That beautiful weather forecast. Lots of sunshine, just a little bit of haze, most of it in the morning. High of 85, very little wind, northwest wind 5 to 8. Light and variable in the afternoon. Saturday night, mostly clear, 62, no wind at all. Sunday, we start the warm up again. Again, morning haze, afternoon sun, high of 90, then 93, then 96, then 97. So tonight and tomorrow night, probably a good night to give your air conditioner the night off. I turned mine off last night. There really was no reason to have it on.
Yeah, you just open the windows. It's beautiful. Nice balmy evenings. Yeah.
So there's your forecast from the National Weather Service. No red flag warning, but again, we're going to be dealing with some wind today, and especially tonight as that very last remnant of the cold front exits the area, and then a drop dead. Gorgeous weekend.
Don't let the weather conditions deceive you, though, folks. Chelan County has issued an extreme fire danger warning right now, so if there's any smoke out there, if it's not a wildfire, it's illegal.
It's as simple as that. And DNR did a statewide ban, did they not?
They did a statewide ban, that's right.
And Department of Natural Resources has a lot of acreage, and they just said if you're on a DNR land and you have a fire, we'll find you.
And the Department of Fish and Wildlife have issued now a shooting ban on all of their lands.
That's a good idea.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Keep your fingers crossed.
Dangerous times.
Hopefully we have a nice, quiet weekend full of love and mirth and good weather. Knock on extremely expensive wood. 8 minutes after the hour, we're going to take a 1 minute break. As we mentioned before, the Cougar Creek fire will be Steve's lead story in 1 minute. So this is a good chance to grab your cup of coffee and your piece of toast and rejoin us in 1 minute with your morning headlines. And the news will be brought to you by Cascade Medical. Cascade Medical, trained by the physical therapist who loves the outdoors as much as you do. Cascade Medical, partners in your health.
The physical therapists at Cascade Medical love the outdoors as much as you do. But sometimes where there's love, there's also pain. Let us help you get back to the activities that you love. Cascade Medical, partners in your health.
Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills in Manson, where we've got huge news. We've started our Blueberry U-Pick. It's a great time to toss the family in the car and get on out to Blueberry Hills, where you can get the best down-home scratch country cooking around and pick some of the world's most delicious and largest blueberries that have been high desert farmed. This makes for an intense blueberry flavor, and they are so much fun to pick. Our fields are open 8 to 2:30 daily and restaurant from 8 to 3, so come on out and join us.
And now it's time for your local news update with Steve Hare.
And we're back at it here on an August 3rd Friday and heading back out to the fire lines. A lot of activity today. Winds gusting to 40 miles an hour pushed the Cougar Creek fire last night to over 3,600 acres. Fire managers report there was extreme crowning and wind-driven runs and spotting last night. The Entiat River Road is now closed due to level 3 evacuation orders. extending from Potato Creek Road all the way up to the end of the road at milepost 24 due to that rapid fire growth. Now here's a Google Earth image of the fire area, pretty much center screen there in the Tai Ridge area. It's burning in a heavily used recreation area, burning in mostly timber, and there's a lot of beetle-infested tree stands in that area, making it very volatile. The smoke is highly visible from Lake Chelan, Wenatchee, and other tourist destinations. Meanwhile, a Type 1 incident management team is taking command of the fire on Saturday. And again, level 3 evacuations now on the Eniat River Road, extending from Potato Creek Road all the way to the end of the pavement. And that would also include, of course, some popular hiking trails and the very popular Silver Falls Campground and the Cottonwood Campground, also up the Eniat Valley, closed until further notice. The Gilbert Fire Complex, burning in the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest near the headwaters of the Twisp River, grew in size from 250 acres to 4,500 acres over the past 24 hours due to hot temperatures and gusty winds. The complex includes the Crescent Fire and the Gilbert Fire. Currently a level 2 evacuation notice for residents above the road closure at the intersection of Buttermilk Road and Twisp River Road. Level 2 means prepare now to go immediately in the event that the evacuation level is elevated to level 3. With predicted windy weather today, tonight, and today, the fire is expected to continue to move eastward, could result in an elevation to level 3 for the upper Twisp River Road residents. A Type 1 team has been ordered there. It's expected to arrive this morning. The Winthrop Rodeo Grounds currently being used as a primary emergency shelter area. Well, here we go again. The Chelan-Douglas Health District has issued another rabid bat warning in Chelan County. This is the 6th such case of rabies found in a bat this year in our area. The latest discovery was on July 31st. Happened about 6 o'clock when a bat was found on the ground at the Leavenworth National Fish Hatchery. The animal tested positive for rabies. It's unknown whether anyone or any pets touched or were otherwise exposed to the diseased animal. If you or anyone or pet had contact with that bat, Chelan-Douglas Health District asks that you contact your local public health department or your personal health care provider. On the political front, hey, Tuesday is election day. Get those ballots in the mail. Meantime, 8th District Congressional candidate Dino Rossi has been making the rounds throughout the Wenatchee Valley since announcing last year that he would seek the position being vacated by U.S. Representative Dave Reichert. Rossi was in Wenatchee again Thursday speaking to a Republican group. He sat down with NCW Life's Grant Olson to talk, among other things, about tariffs, immigration, and building a wall.
The 58-year-old Rossi is in the 7th political campaign of his career. In Wenatchee for a Republican fundraiser, I asked him to respond to how recent tariffs are affecting local fruit growers and if he agrees with President Trump's hardline stand.
It's been very difficult. I've been very clear that I really don't believe anybody wins a trade war. Of course, I have support from every Farm Bureau in every county and the State Farm Bureau in this, and always have in every election I've ever had. So I've been in constant contact with people in the ag community, and it's going to be difficult. I don't know that I would have taken on all of them at once, China, EU, Canada, Mexico, everybody. I might have just picked one and made an example and gone from there, but it's not my call. But we have to be concerned when our products can't get to market or the markets that we're looking for.
We also talked about the continuing immigration reform controversy and the effects it has on area growers.
It's clear it's too easy for people to get here illegally and too hard for people to get here legally. We need to have a guest worker program that actually works. And guest work is different than immigration. It's for people that are going to come, work, and go back to wherever they came from. But you can't do that unless you have real border security and you really know who's coming and going.
So you say enhanced border security. Does that mean you're in favor of a wall then?
There has to be physical structure. There's going to be electronic monitoring as well. There needs to be human interaction. It's going to be a combination of all those things to make this work. The whole point is that if you don't actually secure the border, you'll be back in the same boat again 2 years from now, right? It'd be the same issue. We actually have a process, and a country that doesn't have borders isn't really a country.
Including Rossi, there are 11 candidates running for the congressional seat being vacated by Dave Reichert. Rossi was a state senator representing King County from 1996 to 2003 and was reappointed to the state Senate in both 2012 and 2016 by the King County Council. Grant Olson, NCW Life News.
Meanwhile, with $2.8 million in campaign contributions, Rossi leads all candidates in fundraising. Meanwhile, taking a look at some of the the front runners in the Democratic nomination here, we have 3. Attorney Jason Ritterizer. He's been playing up his Ellensburg roots, raised more than $845,000. Also running would be Kim Schreier, center here, maintained her lead among Democrats in fundraising with more than $1.5 million raised. And Shannon Hayter there on the right, a former federal public health official and Auburn native, reports raising about $825,000. Meanwhile, ballots for the top 2 primary are due back to the auditor's office on Tuesday of next week. Central Washington University professor and Washington State House Representative Matt Manweller is lashing out at that institution's ongoing investigation into allegations of inappropriate conduct. Manweller condemns the probe in a 4-minute prepared video statement. Here's an excerpt.
Despite what you're going to hear in the media, it is patently false to claim several women came forward to make allegations. The truth is that Central Washington University spent 8 months paying a downtown Seattle lawyer $120,000 to find and pressure people to make statements. Let's be clear, Central is not responding to allegations, they're manufacturing allegations. It should also be noted this is the 3rd time Central has investigated the same claim. Once in 2006, then again in 2012, and now one more time in 2018. It seems they want to keep investigating until they get the answer that they want.
Manweller, a political science professor at the college, remains on paid administrative leave until an internal investigation has been completed. Meanwhile, an independent outside investigation has been completed, but the findings have not yet been released. Columbia Valley Community Health and Crunch Pack are partnering up to host the 9th annual Back to School Health Fair tomorrow. CVCH's Catherine Grove and Crunch Pack's Melissa Grimm were recent guests on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with guest host Eric Granstrom.
It's something that we do just to help kids get ready for the school year, help parents alleviate some of the stress, some of the financial burden of getting backpacks, getting school supplies, and also just putting them in touch with great resources in the community.
Realigned, and we focus on 4 areas for our community givings: health and wellness, education, cultural events, and then Kashmir community specifically. And so when we looked at the request, we really felt that it definitely met the health and wellness, education, and a lot of our employees utilize Columbia Valley Community Health, and so under our cultural events, we try to do things that support our employees and employees' families that they can be involved in.
It's actually like Christmas this year because we had so much support. Generally, we have different giveaways to give to kids and families, but this year it's been kids specific. So maybe it's a bicycle for a child, or something to help them with school. This year they're doing a camping package for a family. So it'll come with a tent, it'll come with air mattresses, come with a cooler. They have an art set for the family. They have a family game night, and it has Jenga, Monopoly, and it has 5 different games. We wanted it to be something that was for families and also for them to enjoy that last little bit of fall and summer, as they're going into school.
And again, the Back to School Health Fair is at the Columbia Valley Community Health on Rondo Avenue in Wenatchee tomorrow morning from 8 to 11 a.m. Also, another big event planned for tomorrow. Wenatchee area military veterans will want to take advantage of Saturday's Stand Down event at the National Guard Armory. Ron Bruno with the group Serving Vets of North Central Washington said the event will offer a wide variety of services and resources for those veterans that need that help.
We are hosting the Stand Down again this year, August 4th. The hours will be from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the National Guard Armory at 1230 Fifth Street. And this year's stand down, we're hoping to be even bigger and better than what it's been in the past. Couple of the new additions this year on top of the things that we've had in the past is we actually have a dental van coming, and when I say dental van, I mean a fully functional operational van that is going to be performing immediate dental care that the individual veterans need. And again, it's going to be basically first come, first serve, because it's not that huge, especially to serve a full crowd like we're going to have. But that's something we're really looking forward to having this year.
And again, the Stand Down, big event each year. It's free to all military veterans. It's Saturday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Again, at the National Guard Armory located on 5th Street in Wenatchee, just before you get to the college.
I've covered that many, many times.
Yeah, it's always well attended.
It's a big event. Yep.
Great organization. Vets serving vets of North Central Washington.
21 minutes after the hour on this Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We were in such a hurry to get the show going, I forgot to mention my guest today. That's my bad. It's Cynthia Brown, local theater legend.
Thespian.
She's going to kill me for saying that, too. We talked about three things. She has a significant role in the Full Monty, which is now playing at the America Performing Arts Center, part of their Hot August Night series, directed by Jamie Donegan. She has a role in that, so we'll talk about how Full Monty is going. That's going to be a great show. And then she'll be producing Music Theater's October production of Little Shop of Horrors. And those auditions are coming up. And then she's also directing the Eastmont Drama Club and Choir and Music Department's production of Les Miserables coming up this fall. She's going to be really busy in October. So,
speaking of theater groups, we ought to give a shout out to the Short Shakespeareans, huh?
Yeah, they're on next week.
They're on next week.
They're going to be on the show next week.
Celebrating 40-year anniversary.
Yeah, and they're doing a Midsummer Night's Dream this year. Cool. And we're going to have some of the actors from the Short Shakespeareans coming on.
Good, great.
So they'll be on next week. Yeah, I'd like to invite local people who do good. And I usually have no problem doing that.
Still with the group?
No, she's no longer involved with the organization.
She's retired.
She founded it, and she deserves her rest.
Yeah,
she and Larry are in full retirement and living the good life.
Good.
And seeing the grandkids and stuff. So she started a great tradition.
She sure did.
She sure did indeed. 22 minutes after the hour, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we've got sports, the obscure holiday today, and history, birthdays. Everyone is entitled to Mike Minardi's opinion, and my conversation with Cynthia Brown. Busy Friday. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, live today from Studio 7 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Live channel.
I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCW Live channel.
I'm Eric Grandstrom with NCW Live Sports.
I'm NCW Live News Director Steve Hare.
Catch us on LocalTel Channel 12.
You can watch us on Charter Channel 19 or stream us live on ncwlife.com.
Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook.
Where we cover the local high schools, the Wenatchee Wild, and the pro teams out of Seattle.
On Saturday, we have a 90% chance of rain.
Catch it all right here on the NCW Live channel.
I have a doctor who knows what they're talking about.
It's just so much more hands-on and friendly than anywhere else I've ever been.
It's really great to walk into somewhere where you feel welcomed and you feel accepted.
We've just been grateful for the care and respect that we've been given there.
And here when I come to visit my doctor, I'm not afraid to ask questions.
It's not just about getting you in and out.
I love my care at CVCH. It's awesome. Give it a try.
And welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Beautiful day today, although a little on the breezy side, high of 82, and then the winds die down overnight tonight, and we have a beautiful weekend, 85, a forecast high Saturday, and 90 on Sunday. Let's do sports. The Wenatchee Apple Sox had their 4-game winning streak snapped last night at Paul Thomas Senior Field. Port Angeles, the lefties, got the best of them. The final was 5-3. Wenatchee held a 3-2 lead until the 8th. That's when Port Angeles put together a rally, scoring 3 runs in the frame off Apple Sox reliever Nick Siemens. The good news for Wenatchee fans, hoping for a playoff push for the local teams, that Yakima Valley lost. We needed that to happen. Victoria beat them last night 6-5, so the Sox still 3.5 games out of first place. It was Hawaiian night last night at the ballpark, presented by Sunny FM and Journey Travel and Tours. And there is the winner. Congratulations, Lori Estley. Lori Esty, she won the Coconut Bowl-Off. She earned a trip for 2 to Hawaii. Contestants were drawn throughout the game for a chance to bowl a coconut From the pitcher's mound to home plate, closest to the plate won the trip. Lori closest in the bowl off, and there she is with Apple Sox manager Kyle Krestangle. Congratulations to Lori Esty. Les Schwab scoreboard from the West Coast League last night looks something like this. Corvallis scored 4 in the first inning, then held on to beat Bend 8-5, so they sweep that 3-game series. Michael Peterson allowed just 1 hit in 7 innings to lead Walla Walla to a 2-0 win over visiting Kelowna. Michael McLean 2 for 4 with 3 ribbies. Bellingham 11-1 over Cowlitz. They complete their 3-game series sweep of the Bears. Victoria came from behind to knock off Yakima Valley. Thank you very much, Victoria. The final 6-5. And in a non-league game, Gresham, Portland, swept Gresham. The final there was 12-0 in games that don't count. West Coast League schedule for tonight. Kelowna is at Bellingham. Walla Walla hosts Yakima Valley. Corvallis is at Cowlitz. Portland back in the league play. They'll take on Port Angeles. Bend will host Gresham in a non-league game. And Wenatchee will host Victoria at 7:05. A friendly reminder, Wenatchee is home tonight, tomorrow, and then Sunday. And then that's it for home games. They have one more road series, and then the playoffs begin. Their West Coast League is getting towards the end. Well, the Wenatchee 12 and under Cal Ripken Major 60 team begins play at the World Series this afternoon in Phoenix City, Alabama. Wenatchee takes on the home team at 5 our time. There's a YouTube link to watch the game, by the way, live, and we'll share that on our Facebook page this afternoon. Go get them, local team. Well, Kendrys Morales and Almeida Diaz home for Toronto Blue Jays. Better the Mariners, the final 7-3 at the safe. Felix, okay. King Felix, he got the start, didn't look too bad. 5 innings, he allowed 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts. It was the bullpen that let us down. Juan Nicasio gave up a 2-run home run to Morales in the 7th inning. The loss dropped Seattle now a half game behind Oakland in the American League wildcard race. The A's were idle last night. Seattle and Toronto play again tonight at 7:10. Marco Gonzalez will take on Ryan Borucki from the Blue Jays. In the American League West last night, 1 game, that's it. Texas blasted Baltimore 17-8. Everybody else was idle. And that's sports. At 27 minutes after the hour, it's time for the obscure holiday of the day today. I love watermelon. Steve tolerates watermelon. Kat doesn't like watermelon. I don't know what's wrong with you, Kat. It's Watermelon Day. It's an annual holiday that celebrates everybody's favorite summer fruit, watermelon. Watermelon is about 92% water. It's full of vitamin A. It's full of vitamin C. It's full of antioxidants. It's good for you. It's also old. Historians believe that watermelon cultivation goes back about 4 millennia, about 4,000 years. It is considered by dietitians a superfood. So, and the whole watermelon is completely edible. The middle of it, obviously, you can eat the rind. A lot of people, especially in Eastern cultures, they save the watermelon seeds. They roast them and they pop them like peanuts. There is some debate, however, between the botanical and gardening community as whether watermelon is a vegetable or a fruit. Botanists agree that watermelon are a fruit. Gardeners believe that it could be a vegetable because it's pretty closely related to the squash, gourd, and cucumber families. I don't care. I just like watermelon. Eat one today. It is National Watermelon Day today. Let's go ahead and do today in history. 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Yeah, he left on this date, August 3rd, 1492, from Palos de Frontera, Spain, on his way to see what's out there. The Pinta, the Nina, and the Santa Maria, they left in 1492. Columbus sailed the ocean blue. He had 3 ships. Left from Spain, he sailed through sunshine, wind, and rain. He sailed by night, he sailed by day. He used the stars to find his way. A compass also helped him know how to find the way to go. And on October 12th, their dream came true. They fell off the edge of the earth. Let's see, August 3rd, 1933, one of the most remarkable records in baseball history finally came to an end. You see the headline at the very top. The New York Yankees shut out by Lefty Grove of the Philadelphia A's. The final was 7-0. It was the first time the Yankees had been shut out in 2 calendar years. 308 games in a row, the Yankees scored at least 1 run. No team in baseball history has come within 100 games of that remarkable record. A 308-game streak of scoring at least 1 run came to an end on August 3rd, 1933. August 3rd, 1977, 41 years ago, you could go down to your local Radio Shack, fork over $600 and walk away with the TRS-80, the world's first mass-produced personal computer. Went on the market on this date, August 3rd, 1977. Oh, what a machine that is. Everybody should have one of those. $600 in 1977 comes out to about $2,700 in 2018 money. There it is, the Tandy TRS 80. They don't make them anymore. That's a Radio Shack. They don't make those anymore either. August 3rd, 1979, I'll never forget this day. Thurman Munson, 51,151 fans at Yankee Stadium paid tribute to their catcher, the beloved captain Thurman Munson. There was a 12-minute standing ovation. They were supposed to take a minute of silence to remember the life of Thurman Munson, who had died the day before in a plane crash in a plane that he was piloting when it landed short of the runway in Canton, Ohio. Thurman Munson was just 32 years old. The Yankees played the next day against the Orioles. 51,000 plus showed up. The minute of silence became a 12-minute standing ovation, and one of the most emotional moments in baseball history happened on this date 39 years ago today. I remember it well. Let's do some birthdays. Happy birthday, Anthony Dominic Benedetto. Tony Bennett, 92 years old today. He grew up in abject poverty. They barely had enough food to eat. He served as an infantryman in World War II. He fought in the Battle of the Bulge. He is an accomplished painter. For those of you who didn't know, he paints under his given name. And of course, he's won 20 Grammy Awards. They don't get much bigger or better or classier than the great Tony Bennett, who's 92 years old today. Martha Stewart is 77 years old today. When Martha Stewart was 10 years old, she was the babysitter for Mickey Mantle, Yogi Berra, and Gil McDougall. They were all, of course, members of the New York Yankees. Did you know that? She was their babysitter of their kids. And she was the first female self-made billionaire in U.S. history in 1999. When her company, Martha Stewart Living Omnimedia, went public, she became a dollar billionaire, the first female self-made billionaire in U.S. history. Now she's only worth about $650 million. She's doing all right. She's 77. James Hetfield, one of my favorite guitarists in the world of rock and roll, of course, co-founder, lead vocalist, rhythm guitarist, lead guitarist sometimes, main songwriter for Metallica. He's 55 years old today. He lives in Vail, Colorado. He's happily married to his wife of 22 years and 3 kids. You don't see that too often in the world of rock and roll. Happy birthday, James Hetfield. He's 55 years old today. And life is good for Tom Brady, isn't it? There's Tom. Is he the greatest quarterback of all time in the history of the National Football League? I think he is. I don't really think there's any debate. One of 2 players to win 5 Super Bowls. The only quarterback to win 5 Super Bowls, has played in 8 Super Bowls, most all time, and the 4-time Super Bowl MVP, also the most of all time. And just last year, he was the National Football League MVP at the age of 40. Today, he's 41. 32 minutes after the hour. Everybody is entitled to Mike McNally's opinion. Right around the corner. And then a fascinating conversation with your friend of mine, Cynthia Brown. Coming up, you're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, Friday edition on the NCW Life channel.
Hi everyone, Brent. Hey, don't mind, we're just making a commercial here, Randall. You're okay. Hi everyone, Brent here. Jeez. You're gonna love this. When you see this, come down and see us behind Nissan. I can do it. I can do it. The all-new 2018 Nissan. That's done, I'm done. We can't do it. Come down and see us at Town Nissan behind Costco in East Wenatchee. Better performance, better.
Looking for a hands-on, high-demand job? Now is the perfect time to get trained for a career in manufacturing. Washington currently has a shortage of skilled tradespeople, and retirements are making room for more. The machining program at Wenatchee Valley College is designed to give students the foundation to excel in this precision industry. Don't wait, there are only 15 spots left. A 2-year degree and a 1-year certificate are available. Learn more at wvc.edu/machining.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
For plumbing, heating, or cooling repair, Patriot will be right there.
Is your inefficient home comfort system wasting money? This Lennox dealer can help.
Save money on your energy bills with an efficient Lennox system from Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call Patriot today.
Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling will give your home a hug.
Get up to $1,500 in rebates or special financing.
Walk and Roll Wenatchee's Asian Express is fast, fresh food. Wenatchee Roll's new Poke Hawaiian Fresh Salad Bar is the best. Fresh greens, fresh seafood, and handmade sauces. You know what you want. At Walk and Roll, create your own style meal. Hot off the line chicken, beef, and veggie plates. Lunch or dinner to match your appetite. Fresh sushi, hot entrees, Poke Fresh Salad Bar. It's new. It's Walk and Roll Wenatchee, fast, fresh food your way. Located on 5th and Mission.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, there's been no comprehensive solution to school shootings. There's not. There's no one thing that if we do that one thing, it's going to guarantee to stop or even eventually deter somebody intent on murdering school children. Deterring school shooting is going to take a wider ranging approach, much of it dependent not on government intervention, but on community involvement. This horrific situation, the murder of our children, is going to take each one of us being willing to stop our knee-jerk emotional reactions, ending the blame game, and most of all, most importantly, stop waiting for the government to act and instead to ask ourselves, what can we do, what can we do within this community to help provide an answer? This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion. J&J Snack Foods makes a lot of dough-filled products. It's really hard to attract labor in this area. We've reached out to Goodwill, and Goodwill came through to help us get that achieved. John started here at the plant a couple of months ago. We promoted him to a dough maker. He's doing well.
I'm actually doing great. I'm finally getting more notice and appreciated for my work here. I love the products we make here.
If you're struggling finding the labor that you need, reach out to Goodwill. Goodwill, there's more behind the store.
Lakeshland Mailboxes is a small place with a lot to offer. Job one is shipping and receiving from A to Z. They pack it, they label it, they ship it. But did you know we also offer notary service, online computer access, legal forms, copies, greeting cards, and of course, mailboxes. Lakeshland Mailboxes, everything you need in one small package.
You don't want to see this happen. It's the oil light on your car. Oil is the lube of life for your car's engine. At Alignment Pros and Express Lube, they pour the best oil your car deserves. Expect fast, friendly, superior service in a clean environment. They'll change your oil and perform a 21-point inspection while you enjoy the comfort of their amazing waiting room. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
And welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. If you spent any amount of time watching this very outstanding television station, you have seen this lovely young lady to my left before. She has done Street Talk and other stuff with Mike Mad Dog Magnotti because apparently she was being punished for whatever reasons. And then occasionally she drops by Wake Up Wenatchee Valley to talk about the local theater scene and lots of cool things coming up right now and later on as the year progresses. And of course, I'm talking about my friend Cynthia Brown. And in full disclosure, I have lost money to her on the gaming table.
Yes, he
She's a
has.
mean poker player. I'm telling you that right now. Hi, Cynthia.
Oh, nice. Hi. Hello. Good morning.
We got a lot to talk about. Let's, first of all, first things first, you have a role in the Full Monty,
Yes,
part
I
of the
do.
Hot August Nights series.
I do not take my clothes off. It's safe to go. Yes.
Full Monty, you guys are, the show's going great guns. Tell me about the production, Jamie and everything. Everybody ready? Everybody happy? Show's
We're
good?
very ready. We're very happy. There's some new people that have never done, a Hot August Night show before. There's a couple people in the cast who have done every single Hot August Night show. It's always professional quality theater, and it's such a great experience. Oh my gosh, the band we have. The band is always amazing, and this year we have this guy named Domingo who's our conductor, and we're all sitting backstage and watching him going, he is so good. He's a great conductor. Anyway, it's a very fun, fabulous show and so funny. Towards the end last night, we're watching the audience because we're all out there and we're out watching the audience, and I'm going, they kind of look like they're at a horror show because they're like, I'm afraid to look, but I want to look, but I don't. It was a lot of fun.
What's Jamie's directing style? Jamie Donegan, he's a high energy dude. I'm assuming he's a high energy director.
I'll say,
yeah.
His directing style is, you just have to trust him.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to trust him. He really wants, he's pretty hands-on. If you're doing great, keep doing it, you know, because he doesn't give you a lot of pets and stuff. Just do what you're gonna do, and then he lets you, when you improvise things that are better, or that are along the line of what he wants, he lets you keep them in. So he let me do a couple of those, and it's been a lot of fun. I wanted to come back because when I did Fraulein Schneider and Cabaret, it was the best experience on stage I'd ever had. And so I said, I want to come back, you know.
Were you recruited to Full Monty? I mean, did they say, hey, Cynthia, we got a role for you, you got to do it?
No, nobody is. Nobody is. You go and audition up there with everybody else, and you sing your song, and you might get a call back to read some lines. And I just look at the script to see if there's an old lady in it. Hey, there's an old lady. I'm gonna.
That's perfect for you.
Try that one. Yeah.
So it's. I'm looking for. I'm going. I can't wait for it.
Yes,
I like to see local people on stage. I like to sit there and go, that's my dentist on stage. You know, that kind of deal.
Yeah. And there's 2 physicians in the cast, so that's fun. Yeah. It's amazing what he gets out of people, the talent.
You're well known for your improvisational skills. Does Jamie let you do some of that, or is it pretty much this is the script and read your lines?
A little bit. I'll tell you what. You've got a professional lighting director, professional conductor. There's a limit to what you can do, with improv.
Sure.
You know, of course, we got Brian Higgins in the cast, Mark Waver, both of them better improvisers than I am, and. Brian Higgins actually fell entering the stage. He was entering one night, and he fell full force, rolled across the stage. Instead of walking on, he fell and rolled. And he got up and said, "I'm a ninja." And it was hysterical.
Well, unfortunately, he improvised that, and that was the dress rehearsal we're talking about, so we're probably not going to see that during the actual
You're not
production.
going to get, well, hopefully you won't.
Hopefully
Poor
you
guy, he wouldn't live, yeah.
So you're going to do the Full Monty, and that wraps up the Hot August, and then you go full, school starts again, and you've got other projects going on.
Yeah.
Let's transition to Little Shop of Horrors, which is a music theater production that you are producing this year.
I'm producing. The very first thing I ever did in theater at all was produce Little Shop of Horrors. I went to a retreat with Mission Creek Players, and they were having, and I was nobody. I just went with another person, and they let me come to their theater retreat. And they had this little dream session, you know, what would you want to do if you could do anything? And I said, I would like to direct Little Shop of Horrors. And they said, okay, we'll let you do that. And those people, I found another director because I had no theater experience, but they said, we'll let you produce. And they gave me every dime they had. Wow. And then it wasn't enough money to do the show, so I went to music theater, and music theater matched that money and let us use the the Benton Street Playhouse.
Well, that brings back some days.
The first place Little Shop was ever produced. And I helped a team of people. We had a team of like 5 or 6 people who built all the giant puppet plants for the show. So that was my first experience doing any kind of theater. So when Vern Smith and Dave Williams, who were the 2 stars of Young Frankenstein that I directed, they got together and decided they wanted to direct together, and they wanted to do Little Shop. I said, I have to produce. You have no choice. Sure. I'm producing for you. You know. So.
Well, you've done it before, and that probably helps. It puts everybody up a couple more rungs up that ladder.
I hope so, but you know, they let me.
So Little Shop of Horrors, music theater production. So you're probably getting into what, auditions? Where are we in that process?
Okay, auditions are the 12th and 13th. That is Sunday, August 12th, and Monday, August 13th. You got to go. You can go to the music theater website at mtow.org, and there's all the audition information is there. You can print out the music you're going to sing. You can print out the lines they're going to have people read to audition. All the information is there, and they're encouraging. They're looking for younger people. They're looking for people no older than like 30 to play the characters who are in their 20s. So they're looking for the appropriate age people. And there is a dearth of available singers. In the Valley, they tend to go off to college, you know, when they're that age. So that's what we're looking for. Of course, anybody can audition for anything. And they're looking for really talented singers that can move. So there's dancing and singing.
Lots going on. It's a musical, but it's a musical. There's a lot of music in this show.
One song after another. And there's these 3 female, they're called the Greek chorus, or urchins. There's these 3 female Greek chorus who act like one of those 60s doo-wop girl groups from Motown. And they run the whole show. And those are huge roles. And they really have to be able to sing in harmony really well. It's important.
And would you recommend if somebody's thinking about auditioning for Little Shop of Horrors to watch the movie?
Yeah, sure. The guys are encouraging people to do that. The movie isn't bad. I don't think there's any performances in it that are completely out of, like sometimes it's done wrong, but no, the movie's a great thing to watch. But if you go on YouTube, you're going to see some Broadway clips.
Oh, good.
That are
And that's
better.
probably a better way to do it because movies are movies, and movies have sets and stage. It's the stage, So
in Broadway, the guy who played the dentist also played every other character other than Audrey, Seymour, Mushnick, and the 3 girls.
Wow.
So there was only
He was on stage the whole time.
There was only 7 people in the cast.
Wow.
Yeah. He played everything else.
Let me ask you this. So Little Shop of Horrors, why Little Shop of Horrors? I mean, we've changed. The Wenatchee Theater, growing up, they did every year music theater over Apple Blossom. They did Music Man in Oklahoma and Sound of Music and Fiddler on the Roof and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And now the transition's been made over the last 25 or 30 years to do something edgier, something to bring people back into the theater.
Like
Little Shop
Young
of Horrors.
Frankenstein.
Young Frankenstein. Little Shop of Horrors is a perfect show, I think, isn't it?
It's so much fun, and we expect it to sell well. Tickets are going to be going on sale in August, so keep an eye out. You're going to want to buy your tickets early. We only have 150 seats at the Riverside Playhouse.
Right.
The show is going to run October 18th, so it's 3 shows, October 18th to the 20th, the 25th to the 27th, and then November 1st through 3rd. So we're right around that Halloween season.
Perfect.
Busy time for me. But we do expect that it's going to be 9. I think we're going to do it might be 10 shows. We might do a matinee. But get your tickets now.
You ready to put on another hat?
Yes, I am.
Let's talk about Les Miserables. Les Miserables, the Eastmont Drama Club. That's what you're going to be putting on this fall.
And this one scares me. It's a show I've loved forever. I've always wanted to do it. And last year we did Little Women. Normally, in a high school theater group, you always have a lot more women than men. So we're always looking for shows. We did Legally Blonde, lots of female leads in that. Then last year we did Little Women. And it was a fabulous show.
And your lead was wonderful in that.
Oh, yes, Chloe Millard.
What's she going to do, by the way, Chloe? She's got a great voice, great talent. I'm impressed with her.
Isn't she something?
Where's she going to school this fall?
She is going, I can't remember the name of the university, but she's going off to college, and they have a big, it's a school with a large musical theater department.
Good.
It's really important to her. Taya, one of my other big stars in this show was Taya Ning LaFleur, and she's gone off with her family she's going to be going and auditioning professionally in New York.
Good for her.
Yeah, so she's just going to go straight to that.
Why dip your toe in the water when you can jump in the deep end, right?
Yeah, she's got it, and she's a songwriter, she can do it. But we found we had some excellent male singers last year. And so Tara Abbott, my fabulous musical director over there, I'm going to let her take the reins.
Okay.
She gets top billing next year because we're doing Les Miserables. And that song, there's no dialogue in it.
No, it's an opera from beginning to end, essentially.
There's no dialogue.
Everything
it's
is
not
sung.
like I have a job. I'm going to be blocking, of course. I'm still directing, but but she's the musical director, and so I'm handing it over to her. It's a joint production with the drama club and the choir.
Oh, perfect.
And we're going to jointly, use the proceeds, and we're jointly working on it. But we had some awesome male singers, and we've managed with this fabulous very masculine show. You
Yeah.
know, I've talked some kids into coming and doing it. Which means we have to work around some sports schedules.
That's understandable. A lot of people, I shouldn't say a lot of people, I don't associate high school drama and music kids getting together and putting on Les Miserables. It doesn't. I don't put those two together. How does How does that happen?
It does. Well, Wenatchee High School did it.
Yeah.
But that's Wenatchee High School. They have their budget is like $50,000-$60,000
Right.
for a smaller show. Our budget is like $7,000.
Okay. And most of that probably goes to the rights,
well,
right?
they have 1,200 seats in
Sure.
their auditorium.
Yeah.
And they fill them.
Yeah.
Because people support that. They love to going to those shows. We have 300 seats, and we don't fill them. We're building that. We're building that. We're trying to do. So it's hard right now because we just have to do the best show we can do with as cheaply as we can do it and make it look really good so people will come. And I'm starting to hear.
Well, you did it with Little Women last year. Absolutely.
I know.
Yeah.
So we're starting to hear people go, hey, that Eastmont, you got to go see their shows. That would be great because I would love to fill those 300 little seats and maybe, have a profit. Or maybe have bigger budgets so we can, the kids don't have to wear their own clothes on stage. This year, there will be over 90 kids in our show. Tara Abbott has said she would like to put every kid in choir in the show to sing in the big choral parts. So you can imagine some of those big songs with kids all around that auditorium singing. It will be amazing.
Let me ask you this. Kids, never been on stage, incoming freshman or sophomore, I don't know anything about theater, I might take a shot at it. Sell your product to just a high school kid who said, I've never been on stage, but what the heck, I'll take a run at. Why would I want to be interested in being on stage and performing in front of a paying audience? 3 times. Nope. 4.
When you got in trouble, what were you doing?
Acting out.
and when you did the thing right before you got caught, did your heart go like that?
Oh, yeah.
I can make that happen.
You can make
and
that
you won't get in trouble for it.
Give me some.
Someone's going to applaud
yes.
that.
The kids will come back to school. When are you going to start doing the auditions for Les Miserables?
Les Miserables, the auditions at the Eastmont High School, and we also have, we have a Facebook page, Eastmont Drama.
I was on there.
Page. We will have audition information posted there. And kids can also pick it up at the school now. We have audition packets, and we've had them in the office since school got out. And they can pick up their audition packets. We're just going to have them come in and sing. That's going to be the audition. I may do callbacks where people read, but or sing more probably. But there's some awesome roles. People, Jean Valjean, or I'll be Eponine and sing that song. There's some amazing roles.
Same question I asked you about Little Shop of Horrors. If the kids are out there interested in auditioning, should they watch the movie? Because the movie's pretty good.
No.
You do not recommend them watching the movie?
Go on. We are doing the only licensed version of Les Mis is called the school version.
Okay.
The Les Miserables high school version.
Right.
And it is the whole show, but the songs are just a little bit shorter. But there is a version, if you go to YouTube and you go Les Miserables high school version, it must have been a performing arts school because this is the best voices I've ever seen doing this show. There are versions on YouTube that were recorded. There is a video license available, so these are legally recorded performances, but you can see performances of the high school version show done by high school students. And I would love kids to watch those.
And keep in mind, even if you don't want to be on stage, Cynthia will find something for you to do. You can work the curtains, you can work the sets, you can work the lights, you can do all the stuff that makes a show happen without actually being on stage.
We're very proud of that. Our drama club, we don't have a team of parents backstage that do everything for you and then push you out on stage. No, it's like parents come and go, can I help? And I go, you can do everything but be backstage because we run our own show.
Yeah.
And parents are wonderful and they do help me, but then it's time to do everything else. The kids I might have one adult backstage. Everything else is done by the
And that's
students.
cool. That's cool.
It is cool. The
That's
kids,
the way to do it.
The kids take a lot of pride in it. They would fight me if I tried to change that. It was by necessity originally, but now they would fight me if I tried to change it.
I got one more question for you because we're almost out of time. You are the Eastmont Drama Club advisor, right, by title. How did you get that gig? Because everybody knows who you are. I mean, it seems perfect for you. How did you fall into that?
I had done it. They had been looking for someone to do this junior high in 2009, and I had applied for that and interviewed, and I did that. And then they ran out of money for that position. And so when I saw that Mark WUWV was leaving the position, and he'd done it for years, and he did some wonderful, wonderful things, I sent in an application, and they just called me and hired me because they remembered me. It was the same, Stacia Hardy was the same person who had hired me at the Eastmont junior high.
Okay.
And she just called me and says, "You're hired." I didn't even have to go in. She's, "You're hired." So
she's obviously never seen the full Monty.
Yeah, no, didn't see me. You saw me.
Cynthia has a big role in the Full Monty. It's going on right now at the America Performing Arts Center. It's a great show. It's part of the Hot August Night series. And then we have auditions coming up for Little Shop of Horrors, which will be in October at the Playhouse, the Riverside Playhouse, put on by Music Theater Wenatchee. And then your production of Les Miserables by the Eastmont Drama Club and Choir.
Let me get some kids in here for you.
Yeah, no,
before Les Miserables.
yeah, absolutely. I'd love to. I'd love to have the kids on. All right.
Awesome.
Cynthia Brown, everybody, give her a big
Thanks,
hand.
folks.
And if you just joined us, she does not appear naked in the Full Monty.
No, but if you want, this show has everything, as Jeanette says. It has everything. And so if you want to see everything, come see the Full Monty.
And sorry about you having to do Mike's show. Well, we won't do that to you again.
All right.
You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Hey there, Wenatchee. I'm Sean Lee, and I'm inviting you to check out the NCW Movie Guide to keep up on what movies are playing in our town.
The NCW Live Channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn. Guada TV. Street Talk and Other Stuff. The 12th District. Life with Lisa. And the Arbiter of Stoke. NCW Life Channel is your local TV station.
Do you have a fun or interesting video you'd like to see featured here on the NCW Life Channel? It's easy. All you have to do is send us an email at newsphotos@ncwlife.com.
I am Dan Kuntz. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We got news, we got sports, we got weather, we got obscure holiday, today in history, birthdays. Those actresses from the 70s that I had a huge crush on. Lindsay Wagner, Jane Russell, Meryl Streep, Barbara Bush. Wanted to wish her a happy birthday. It gave me an excuse to throw her picture up on my show. Exclusive distributors of Life Water. Now available in the shatterproof plastic bottle.
Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Mornings at 7 o'clock on the NCW Life Channel.
And welcome back. Got a couple minutes left in this Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan Kuntz alongside my good friend Steve Hare. And don't forget, we can wrap up whatever it is that happens on the course of this Friday with our evening news with Grant Olson at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. The lead story once again today is the continuing developments on the Cougar Creek fire up the Antioch Way.
3,600 acres now. Got blown into a frenzy last night with 40-mile-an-hour gusts. We have a level 3 evacuation right now along Antioch Valley Road from Potato Creek Road on up to the end. And that would include those popular campgrounds and hiking trails up in that area. So please, folks, we're in extreme fire danger right now in Chelan County. So there's no burning of anything right now unless you're going to be in the barbecue pit in the backyard. That's about all they'll allow right now. And you got to remember, the Antioch Valley it's a beautiful area, and it's about 30 miles up to Cottonwood. And there's going to be a lot of fire equipment there and personnel. And as Steve mentioned, the campgrounds in the upper part of the Antioch are all closed anyway. So it's just probably good ideas to avoid that area if you can. You know, give the folks who are fighting the fires. Still open. I'm sure that Darrell would appreciate the business at Cooper's. So there you go. They're still open. There you go. Yeah. Or just head off to the Antioch Bar, one of my favorite places to go, where the Antioch empties into the Columbia River, and you can stand
100 yards out in the middle of the Columbia River in this waist-deep water.
That's right,
because
yeah.
of all the sediment that runs down. That's
With
pretty
the
cool.
Ardenvor Yacht Club.
The Ardenvor Yacht Club. If anything, of course, significant develops, be it wildfire or anything else over the course of the weekend, we do not hesitate at all to break into regular programming, and we will.
Beautiful weekend on tap, though.
Yeah, it's going to be gorgeous.
Gosh.
It's going to be gorgeous. Let's real quick take a look at the forecast. Once again, it's going to be windy today. It'll be hazy this morning. It'll clear out this afternoon. And a high of only 82 is actually below normal. The story today, Steve, is the wind, northwest wind 10 to 16 miles an hour. Gusts right around 25 at times today. Most of the wind will be this afternoon into tonight. Then the winds die down in the overnight hours tonight. Saturday, very little wind. Perfect weather right there. A little bit of haze, a little bit of smoke on Saturday morning. It gives way to nothing but sunshine and a high of 85 and a nice light breeze, no problems at all. And as you can see, we warm right back up again next week.
See you at the farmer's market tomorrow morning, huh?
I will be at the farmer's market. Everybody have yourself a great weekend. We made it. Don't forget to take us along. We're portable this weekend, and we will see you Monday. Till then, take care and bye-bye.